Now, live from KUSI, this is Good Business San Diego. Sponsored by Wilsey Asset Management.
Hi, I'm Roy Robertson. Welcome to Good Business San Diego, where we're talking about the topics that are important to you, your home, your family, your health, and your money. And the following is brought to you by Wilsey Asset Management. So it's been about a year since tariffs were announced that were designed to reduce the U.S. trade deficit. So has that been effective, or is it just too early to tell? Brent Wilsey's here to break it down for us. So,
yes.
Yeah, like the one-year anniversary. So give us the little recap of 2025, and then we'll see what you think moving forward.
And before we do that, I do want to talk about the situation happened this past weekend with Iran, because that was big news with Iran. And people get very nervous, the markets drop and so forth.
Certainly, yeah.
And if you look at history, that always happens because the markets don't know what's going to happen.
Right,
so the initial reaction is to sell. And people that panic and sell, they make a mistake, because what you'll see, like as time goes on, the markets start to recover because you get more information. Like right now, the Iran situation said it'd probably take a few weeks. Okay, so now the markets know that. And people that say, well, I'm going to wait till it's over to go back in, that is a terrible investment idea, because what happens by the time things are over, things went back up, you've lost any gains, you haven't done well. So be patient with it, don't panic, don't get emotional on it. We go through these things before. But stay the course, buy those, invest in those good quality businesses that are on sale and have good fundamentals to them.
And you know this because you've been doing this for 40 plus years, and you've seen so many different things. We've talked about it before, where there's the risk of this or that, and the markets will come back. And what you always urge is just caution, patience.
Just caution, and make sure you own good quality stuff. If you own junk, probably have problems. So, but let's talk about the trade deficit, because I know that some people say, oh, see, it didn't work, the tariffs didn't work, it wasn't fine. I mean, the trade deficit in 2024 was $903 billion. Last year, 2025, was $901.5 billion. See, they didn't work. You got to analyze and dig in the numbers. First quarter, the deficit was $400 billion.
This is last year, 2025.
Last year, 2025. A lot of that was because trying to get things in quick before the tariffs.
Right.
Second quarter, it dropped more than 50% to $180 billion. The third quarter fell again to $175 billion, and then the fourth quarter, it fell again to $145 billion. So we can see that progression of how it's falling. And I tell people, we have a super large economy. It's $31.5 trillion. It's like a big ship in the water. It's not going to turn on a dime. It takes time to move everything around. I think by the end of this year, come December 31st, the deficit, the trade deficit, should be somewhere around $600, maybe $700 billion. So that takes time to happen, but I think that's what we'll see based on the progression. Good news is, better for our economy. Bad news is, those tariffs that we're receiving, they will fall.
Yeah, kind of unrealistic to think that it's going to turn around so quickly when it took us so many years, decades, to dig ourselves into this hole. You're not going to come out of it in 6 months.
No, you're not. Yeah,
okay, so what do you see for 2026? You think we're going to be seeing this continued reduction?
Well, and I do want to comment on, the snafu we went through with the Supreme Court, because that was something that did happen, where the Supreme Court said, no, you can't use the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. And they didn't say tariffs are bad. They said, and I like this, the constitutional work said, no, you can't use that rule, find something else. Well, people don't realize there's a lot out there. There's Section 122, the Trade Act of 1974. You've got Section 301, which the president used in his first term. Then you have Section 232 in a Trade Act Expansion Act of 1962. I mean, and these acts, they're like over 300 pages long. There's so much in there. So there's things we can do. Tariffs aren't bad. And I don't like people say, oh, they cause inflation. People say they cost more money. You look at the numbers, inflation's 2.4%. They were so concerned when these first were acted, like, oh, inflation's going to 5, 6%. Did not happen because the countries assumed the cost. Transportation, the ships and everything, they absorbed some of the costs. Companies did, so the consumer, very little bit. Some things maybe went up on them. But at 2.4%, no sign of inflation from tariffs. And I do want to warn people, too, we talked about Iran. Oil has gone up to $78 a barrel. Because of that, we could see, hate to say this, at the pump, more cost at the pump.
You didn't have to say that.
Because we knew
that it's coming.
But it's a temporary
thing. And we're in California, right? Okay, Brent, thanks so much. We'll see you again for more information as this all evolves. You find Brent online at smartinvesting2000.com. We'll be right back.